Yo, what's good, everybody? So today is day 6 on the road. I'm building a $1 million trading portfolio. Yesterday I posted 2 videos on the updates. Was supposed to be posting day 5 as well, but I'm guessing I'm gonna do day 5 today and day 6 as well. So the trades that I took, right? The account is very positive, right? We did take 2 wins back to back yesterday. So on this account we're already at 102, $102,191, right? So we're almost there. We took 2 trades. I took one with gold yesterday that made me $885, which is amazing. This was some sales that I took. I also took it with the VIP group. And then this morning I took some YM trade, which is US30. We caught some US30 buys as well, which this one made me over here $550. This trade over here was a 1 to 3.5 risk to reward. So we got 1 to 2 yesterday, and then we got a 1 to 3 this morning. So something that I do want to point out for the people that are in the VIP channel, right? Whenever I'm doing this challenge, the challenge that I'm doing here is going to be different rules than what I actually do on my personal accounts, right? So on my personal account right now on that specific trade, I am up $1,500 with US30, which is obviously amazing, right? 1,500 I secured. Well, I didn't even secure it yet. I'm about to secure some profits, but I do have my stop loss at break even. But with my personal account, right, I usually just let the trade run. The same exact rules that I've always been doing, just let the trade run, let the trade do its thing. That's what I apply. For this challenge, I'm doing something very different. My stop loss are going to be way smaller, and my risk management is going to be completely different, right? So it's not literally the same exact strategy system that I'm using for my personal live account, but it's going to be just different for the funded account, right? Because again, I'm trying to pass this funded account. These have different rules compared if you do have a live account. Live account, you can pretty much do anything, right? You can go as drawdown as much as you want, etc. Obviously that's not the case, but pretty much you guys get the idea. So setup that I took this morning was with YM. Beautiful trade, very simple. All right, let me show it to you guys. So this was a trade that I took this morning that played for $500. This over here is the signal that I sent this morning. Oh, my bad, the wrong one. Over here, this was the signal that I sent this morning. Today, 9:16 in the morning. Well, 9:16 for me. Over there it was already like 11 a.m. on the Eastern time. I'm in a different time zone, so I sent it at 9. You guys can see the take profit, 100 points. Beautiful play. Over here is the results of this month, well, this week with the VIP, gold and US30. Pretty dope month or week so far. 150 points. This was a trade. This was my stop loss on my funded account. Right, we're at 30 points, and then we had 106 points, right? So we're risking 1 to 3. So setup was very simple. Same exact setup with US30, right? I'll just give you guys a very quick top-down analysis, right? So if we look at a higher time frame, we can obviously see that price action has been heading to the upside, simply creating higher highs and higher lows. Every single time zone is in a bullish condition, right? Now, what I want to focus, what I want you guys to pay attention here, this is where pretty much the buy movement started happening yesterday. US30 and YM has different price, right? But if we go into US30, which was kind of similar, all right, let me just go here, show you guys the bigger picture. US30, if we look at it at a higher time frame, we can see the price action has came back into this area of resistance, right? If you guys look left, what do we have for resistance? We were at area of support, area of resistance over here. Once again, price action was rejection, right? We look at it at a higher time frame, right? If we go into a daily time frame, let me show you guys in the chat because it's something more clear over here. All right, you guys can see that price came into the zone, right? On the daily time frame, I believe that's what I said. On the weekly, let me see, yeah. So we go into the weekly time frame, right? You guys can kind of see already the shift of structure, right? This is where we got to be patient, right? This is why I did not take the sell, because everything with trading is mostly patience, right? So check this out. On the weekly time frame, what do you guys see? We have some shift of structure, right? It was not confirmed yet, but it was a possibility. So we're heading to the upside, creating highs, lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? Over here was the last higher lows, right? So we have this high, higher lows, higher highs. What happens next? Price breaks under. What does it form? A low. We did not break under these lows, but we stayed under these lows, but we broke under these previous higher lows, right? So you guys understand market structure, very simple, right? So whenever price is breaking under previous higher lows, we simply wait for something like this to then do this, right? Now, that's all I was waiting for. We did come into this area of resistance, right? but there was no clear confirmation yet telling us that price has more possibility of heading to the downside, right? Because again, this is where price action met. We came and met this area of resistance over here. We have resistance, resistance. What do we see? That price action rejected one time, pushed to the upside, comes back into the zone over here, and continue rejecting these areas, right? And again, price is still in a very bullish trend. Weekly, we were bearish, but again, it wasn't confirmed because we never got this, so we can't really say that it was 100% bearish. So once we saw that price action, kept rejecting off these zones over here, what happens next? We see price action takes above these highs over here and remains above it, right? We go into a lower time frame. We do see that price action breaks above it. We got the little minor pullback over here. We do see that price action does remain itself above it. Notice the EMA. EMA is literally trading up under these zones over here, acting as support, right? So pretty much whenever EMA is trading under, right, or confirmation with buy movement, right? And obviously, this is not 100% accurate, but obviously it can be part of your strategy. I've been using this EMA for the past years of my strategy, which makes sense for me. Whenever price action is trading under, you guys can see that it's pretty much setting, right? But we never really broke under those on the lower time frame. We were always remaining itself above it. So that was one confirmation why I really never took those sells. So price action kept breaking above. What do we see this morning? Very, very simple. Let's go back into the YM. This morning, right, if we go into the 1 hour time frame, this was the same exact resistance that I showed you guys in the US 30. We kept rejecting it off. We broke above these highs over here. We're going to 15-minute time frame. Once we started seeing those entire push to the upside, we have New York highs already made, right, which was the opening bell. Over here was the 930 candle, right? You can see how 930 we formed this minor highs. We started breaking above. What do we form? A new high point, right? A new higher highs. These highs are higher than the previous one. Over here we have higher lows, right? So very, very simple market structure. Highs, lows, higher highs. What comes next? Higher lows, retesting above these zones over here. So at this point, all I simply waited for was to see if price action continued rejecting the zone, which as you guys can see, price action did. Rejection, rejection, rejection. Entry confirmation was right there, and then we simply target a 1-3 risk to reward. On this trade, I did end up closing out early already, so we're out of this trade. But beautiful, beautiful, very, very simple. This was a $500 trade. We go into yesterday's trade, which was gold. This trade over here with gold yesterday was a 1-2.7 risk to reward as well. This was $800. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Very simple setup. Let me just show it to you guys as well. And as well, this is the same exact trade that we took inside the VIP, which played out for 240 pips, a 1-4 risk to reward. Yesterday night or last night during the London session, right, we did enter a second position. This is 1:22 in the morning, or during the Eastern time was already at 3. We did take the sells, a 1-2.5 risk to reward as well, which played out for 80 pips. Did not take this on the funded, but I did take it on my live account. Played out very nice. Let me give you guys this very quick breakdown. So as well, we look at gold. We are coming into these area of resistance, right? You guys can see resistance, resistance, resistance. Every time the price action meets these zones, what happens next? Price starts dropping to the downside, right? So very simple. Once price action came into this area of resistance, all I waited for was for 3 simple things, right? Which is always going to be my entry confirmations, right? My entry confirmations are like this. Whenever price comes into an area of interest, right? Let's say we're looking for sales and we're coming into this area of interest, which is an area of, or pretty much an area of resistance, right? Price comes into these zones. What I simply wait for is for 3 things. 1, a rejection. Rejection is pretty much once price action fails to break above it and remain itself under these zones. Boom, and remains under. This over here is already rejecting those areas. Then what I do next is that I go for the lower time frame, and what I wait for is simply break of structure / switch of structures, right? So my entry confirmation will always be on the 1-minute time frame to the 5-minute time frame. The way that I look for my entry is, again, break of structure and switch of structure. Notice over here, we are heading to the upside, getting a pullback towards the area of interest, right? So this over here still doesn't really confirm that price is 100 bullish, because again, I trade from the higher time frame, so I mostly focus on the trend on the higher time frame and not on the lower time frame. So on the higher time frame, we're still in a bearish market, right? Because let's say that let me do an example. It was perfect. Over here, let's do this. All right, an area of support. So let's do it like exactly over here. So we're trading above an area of support, right? Price action comes and meets this area of resistance, right? Still not confirmed bullish until it breaks above it, right? Once it breaks above those previous lower high, then this is where I will confirm it's bullish. But since price action is still trading under it, it's still not confirmed bullish. So that's why I really don't really pay attention to this, and I wait for the other confirmations. So once we get those rejection, in this case, let's say we got rejection towards this area of support, right? Once we got rejection towards area support, which price action is now using it as an area resistance, the next thing that I wait for is for the next things: break a structure, switch a structure. So break a structure towards these zones over here, which was a push to the upside, right? On the lower time frame, we were heading to the upside. What we were creating was highs and lows, right? Something like this. Once we meet an area resistance, all I wait for is a break of structure, right? So in this case, over here is a break of structure. Boom. So already got rejection towards a higher time frame area of interest, which in this case is going to be an area of resistance. We got break of structure. Now all I do is wait for a Fibonacci play, which is point from this high over here to these lows, and then wait for pullback towards the golden zone, which is either 0.5 or the 0.618. Once we reject those zones, right, wait for bearish confirmation, bearish candle closure, and then enter the market, place my stops above these highs over here, and then target anywhere between a 1 to 3 risk to reward. So if we go over here with gold, right, I'm gonna go exactly where we were. That's exactly what happens. We got the pullback toward an area resistance. We see that price action rejects it. We do see a breaker structure right over here. What happens next? We get the fib point over here. We get a pullback toward the golden zone, 0.5, right? We never reached the 0.618, but we reached the 0.5, which price action did reject. We got rejection towards the area of resistance. We got the rejection of the breaker structure over here, and then we got our bearish candle closure. Boom, right over here. EMA is trading under it, above it, which is good. So with that being said, keep you guys updated. Today is Friday, so the market is coming into an end. I'll see you guys next week. We're gonna keep doing this, obviously, update every single time, so you guys can obviously see this growth. We already funded, right, 50K. Right now we're in the 100K account. Right now we're up $102,191, right? So we're almost there, which is very good. But I'll keep you guys updated next week as well to see what trades that we take. If you guys want to see more of my setups, more of my trades, you guys can click the link down below where I have my Telegram, where pretty much I update every single time, you know, every trade that I'll be taking. In the free Telegram, I'll be sending out chart analysis, giving you guys the zones, area of interest where I'll either be buying the market or selling the market, which is the same exact trades that I'm taking with the VIP and myself as well. If you guys do want to see that, you guys can click the link down below as well. I have my Instagram. See you guys in the next video.